Countdown to economic collapse.
This is Countdown to Economic Collapse, July 22nd, 2012. I'm David John Sponheim, running for president under America's Third Party. Well, our nation is in crisis mode. We are preparing for an election defined by only two choices. These two people have offered no solutions, no innovations, no opportunities for job creation, yet they continue to press for what they think is right, when in fact our country is slipping into what is wrong. Excessive government, government denying us our rights, government not offer opportunity to people, government not doing what it should do, which is to provide for the general welfare of the American people. We're seeing instead a government that works in favor of multinational corporations, private interests, big money. This is not the government that our forefathers wanted. This is a government that's far from what we need. I believe that the truth will set us free. And right now, the media will not profile third-party candidates like myself to offer the truth and push our agenda, which is to get our country back on track, bring back our troops, help us protect our own border, and define what we call a better opportunity for all Americans. Right now, Americans need homes. They need opportunities to live in a nice house at an affordable price. They don't have that. They want jobs that they can get without having to go through 4 years of education to get them. We have a 6-week to 6-month program that will stimulate jobs. Instead, what we're seeing with the two-party system is a group of politicians going back and forth fighting over little issues when the big picture is we're going under. Our economy is collapsing. They're 1.6 trillion over budget every single year, and that is not excusable. We've got to get that corrected. We believe that triggering new opportunity is based in a simple plan to save the houses that are currently foreclosed, renovate them, and provide jobs with our homestead renewal plan, or come up with very low-cost amorphous solar panels that can be put on every home in America on their rooftops, thereby giving us low-cost energy and thereby giving us more disposable income to help the economy. Plus, we don't believe in taxing. We believe a less tax is a better solution for America. So our 10% fair and 10% flat tax solution is much better for people that make over $100,000. Anyone making less, they don't pay any taxes on their income tax. These ideas will help eliminate loopholes and help get our money back into the hands of the government officials that want to use them for specific projects that will help build the economy. Right now, that's not happening. Money is being squandered all over the place. Contracted transportation projects, pension funds, public unions, they're all siphoning off of the government dollar, which right now is dwindling because our tax system is so ineffective. We aren't even taxing companies like ExxonMobil. Can you imagine? ExxonMobil doesn't pay any taxes. They even get money back through some green energy tax credit program that the Democrats put together. All of that will change under a brand new political direction. We think that this direction is now, and we believe it's taking a foothold. We're traveling across the country, meeting people, and recently we met one of our supporters on the East Coast, and we had a series of questions that person asked, and we answered them right there to their face. And I want to thank Carl Ray Miller for his effort in getting those questions to the forefront, and I hope my answers are appropriate. I will be talking to you every week like this from a remote location, whether it's in this particular location behind my food storage for the future, or right out there on the road, out there among the people. We'll be talking to you and bringing you blow-by-blow descriptions of our economic meltdown. Thank you, and I'm definitely looking forward to talking to you again.
I'm trying to figure out how to question this, but with Social Security, how would you go about fixing it to where people aren't having to literally live on $400 to $500 a month?
Yeah, well, they
Do
get
you have
like
any ideas on that?
they get like 650 across the country, but
If they're single,
if they're
if
lucky.
they're married, that they only get 450 each.
Really?
Is the maximum.
No kidding. Okay.
Me and Wally are on
You're
the
dealing with
same
that right
side,
there.
so,
Yeah. Okay. You're getting individually 450. Okay.
So,
One of the things that the Social Security Trust Fund is set to dry up by 2027 if we don't deal with this. And there's talk about extending the age that people retire out of the system to cut the amount of money, you direct more money to people like you. So if people retired at 70 instead of 65, there would be a lot more money for people who are under 65 to collect. That's one way we'd make sure that was happening. But you obviously are going to need a cost of living increase that's more than 1%.
Yeah.
You're only getting like 1 point something percent in cost of living.
On average, it's like $2 or $3.
Yeah.
And Molly has Medicaid, and that $2 or $3 shoots out in Medicaid plus with copays.
Oh, wow.
And we all pay copays on Medicaid, so Medicare and Medicaid. So
Well,
it's
the system is partly being robbed by the Medicare and Medicaid costs. They're charging too much for hospitalization. They're charging too much for doctor visits. Obama didn't solve that problem, unfortunately. The cost of medicine, it keeps increasing. We are not dealing with that. So we're going to have to address that head on with more public doctors and a better opportunity for people to get into a public option, something that they can pay into that gives them full health coverage, you know. And the bottom line, though, is if we cut the cost of housing, you guys will be able to, live a little more affordably. So if you guys owned your own house, for instance, that $900 a month would be well spent on other things.
Or had a lifetime lease. That was,
Or in a lifetime lease. So we're thinking of a housing solution that will begin to lower your costs, which will make that money that you're getting much more valuable.
kind of like New York does for some places. I forgot what it's called, but like some people that don't live in a specific place, like say since, for example, the 70s paid the 70s rent, while others in the building would be paid, I don't remember what they call it, but
It's rent control.
rent control. That's
Yeah,
right.
rent control. And rent control can work, but it can also lead to side deals where landlords will try to take money out of the table to hook you into their apartment with rent control. That happens in certain areas like Santa Monica, California. That was one of them. They have to pay a fee to the guy just to get into a house that's got rent control. It's interesting how it all kind of works out. Sometimes the underworld is created when we do rent control. So we don't necessarily want rent control per se, but it's an idea.
Yeah. What is your view on business getting its noses in government business?
Sure, great question. We know that Obama has introduced the idea of corporate politics, and that's something that never happened in America. It goes on, admittedly, but it's not supposed to go on. It's not supposed to be justifiable. And it seems like he's kind of saying it's okay. It's not okay. Corporations should not be dictating what we do with our policies, and we shouldn't be giving them all these favors. But the lobbyists are in place, and all the special cronies in Washington are in place to make all this money go directly to the people running for office. They get paid by people to run for office, and when they do, they have to pay them back. And that's where this whole corruption thing comes into play. We've got to end the power of lobbyists. And one of the things we're going to do is that fair flat tax I talked about. That ends all the loopholes. All the loopholes that these companies are getting, tax loopholes, the lobbyists won't have that way of manipulating Congress like they do now. So that will stop a lot of the corporate control of our government.
And the final question, is there anything else you'd like to say or discuss?
Well, I think our general attitude in America is that things are getting worse. I don't know, I feel it everywhere. I sense it. That people think things are just going to get worse and worse. It's not a sense of optimism. Whereas I see the world in America as, long term, I see a sustainable world where we can actually live within our means and begin to expand technologies that will help all of us clean the air, clean the water, make our businesses run more efficiently with information sharing, and ultimately have a much more evolved society. There's a book called The Third Wave by Alvin Toffler, and it describes people telecommuting, and working from their home and having a better life right there with their family. So I'm thinking of a 4-day work week is what we at America's Third Party are supporting, where kids can stay at home more with their parents, and they can get more time to learn online, and we don't have to run our buses as much to public schools. So we're seeing a brand new sustainable world forming in America, and it's happening whether we like it or not. The question is it going to be an easy transition or a tough one? And that's going to depend on the leadership. Well, thank you very much.
Honestly, we're in a depression, whether people like it or not, I think, Because a recession, isn't a recession supposed to be only 2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
We've been in this since what,
08.
5 or 6?
Yeah, well, it's going on 4 years now, yeah. Well, they said that the recession was over in 09, but it wasn't. And now they're saying this is the Great Recession. They won't even call it a depression. So the Democrats have been lying to us, saying it's okay that we're living in this kind of, well, we're getting better, we're not getting better state. But the reality is this country is getting worse, and this credit card economy is going to end up collapsing eventually.
So you heard it. It's officially the Second Great Depression.
The Second Great Depression, that's right here. We're making it official right now.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
It's
much,
nice
Carl.
meeting you.
Nice meeting you. We'll be around to do the show together.
Definitely.
We've also made it very affordable for you to purchase our brand new book, Hybrid Capitalism. It's a larger edition and it's less costly than before. It's only $14.99. You can order it on our website and find out all of our great ideas that will help promote jobs in America and rebuild core industries that have fallen apart over the past 50 years.
ATP, you and me.